What is up, bros and broettes? I am Inkslasher, and welcome to another episode of Cross Call of Duty Versus, the series where we look at two weapons in Call of Duty and compare them between games. And today, we're looking at a brand new weapon in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. We are looking at the XPR-50. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, that name may sound familiar because it wasn't actually a weapon in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, the predecessor to Black Ops 3. So, today we are comparing two XPR-50s to see which one was actually better. And I think the thing that'll surprise you is how similar these weapons really are. And the other thing that I should mention before I get too far into this is that the gameplay you're watching with the XPR-50 from Black Ops 2 is actually against bots. Unfortunately, I wasn't level 52 in Black Ops 2, so I didn't have it unlocked, so I had to just go in bots and play against them. But it's still some fine gameplay, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. But in Black Ops 3, it is against people. It is the new weapon that just came out basically a week ago. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Which XPR-50 do you think is better? If anything, have you even got the XPR-50 in Black Ops 3? But without further ado, let's get into it and compare the stats on these two weapons. So first things first, the damage profile. So the way you look at damage profile with sniper rifles is whether or not they're going to be a one bullet kill on particular parts of the body. So for example, in Black Ops 3, the XPR-50 is going to be a one bullet kill everywhere above the belly button, including the upper and lower arms. So if you hit someone in the arm, it still kills them in one bullet. However, anything lower than that belly button, it's going to be a two bullet kill. So with this weapon, you do have to be somewhat accurate. You have to hit above that belly button, but at the same time, you still have a pretty big hitbox and a pretty big area where you can get that one bullet kill. When we go ahead and look at Black Ops 2, it's actually exactly the same. Black Ops 2 had literally the exact same amount of area you could hit. So everywhere above that belly button, and once again, including the upper and lower arms. It's exactly the same damage profile for both games. Next up, we've got rate of fire. So the rate of fire for the XPR in Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is 240 RPM, which, believe it or not, is actually the fastest firing sniper rifle in all of Black Ops 3. It's actually tied with the Draken. The difference between the two is the Draken, you have to get a headshot to get that one bullet kill. Whereas the XPR-50, you have a much larger hitbox. So really, if you think about it, XPR-50 is pretty much just a better version of the Draken. Whereas, if we look at Call of Duty Black Ops 2, the story is a little bit different. In Black Ops 2, the rate of fire was 375 RPM, which is way faster than it is in Black Ops 2. So for that, Black Ops 2 gets +1 point and takes the lead. The thing that really blew my mind here is, as I mentioned, XPR-50 in Black Ops 3, the fastest firing sniper in the game. Whereas as you go over to Black Ops 2, it's simply a little bit better. So the next thing we're going to look at here is magazine size. And it just so happens that for both weapons, the magazine size is exactly the same at 8 rounds. However, the one difference between the two weapons is the difference in the amount of ammo that you start with. For example, in Black Ops 3, you start with 48 rounds when you spawn in. Whereas Black Ops 2, you start with 32 rounds. Now, I'm not really going to give out any points for this because it doesn't really give you an advantage. If it was a larger magazine, that gives you an advantage, but this just means you're either going to have to pick up a weapon or use something like Scavenger, whereas in Black Ops 3, you won't have to pick up a weapon, or you'll be able to use the weapon a little bit longer. It doesn't necessarily make the weapon better. And then once again, another thing that is very similar between these two weapons, the reload time. So both weapons, when bullets are still in the magazine, remember that 8-round magazine, the reload time is going to be 3.5 seconds. Whereas in Black Ops 3, if you have an empty magazine, it's going to be 4.5 seconds, but in Black Ops 2, it's only 4.1 seconds. So the only difference between the two there is that in Black Ops 2, when you have that empty magazine, it reloads 0.4 seconds faster. Once again, a very small difference, but for this one, I'm going to have to give a point to Black Ops 2, and once again, extends that lead. The next stat I'm going to talk about today, I don't normally talk about in these videos, but it's especially important today for two reasons. First of all, it's very different on the two weapons, and more importantly, with sniper rifles, this stat is very very important, and that is the weapon switch time, the amount of time it takes to switch from, let's say, your sniper rifle to a pistol. And it just so happens that in Black Ops 3, the weapon switch time for the XPR-50 is 0.5 seconds, so 1/2 of a second. Whereas in Black Ops 2, almost all of the sniper rifles in the game have that weapon switch time of 0.75 seconds, so 3/4 of a second, which is much slower than in Black Ops 3. So in this case, the Black Ops 3 XPR gets +1 point. So the next two stats that are incredibly important on sniper rifles are both the sprint out time and the aim down sights time. The sprint out time being the amount of time it takes from going from sprinting to shooting, and the amount of time it takes to aim down sights. Now, the interesting part about this is these are the stats you want to be good specifically for quick scoping. So if we look at the Black Ops 3 XPR, the sprint out time is 0.3 seconds, whereas the aim down sights time is 0.4 seconds. So it takes a little bit longer to aim down sights than it does to shoot. If we go ahead and look at Black Ops 2, that sprint out time is 0.25 seconds, and the aim down sights time is 0.4 seconds. So the big thing here is that the XPR in Black Ops 2 has a faster sprint out time, which means you can shoot it faster after sprinting. Both have the exact same aim down sights time, but that sprint out is just a little bit better in Black Ops 2, and for that, it gets +1 point and extends that lead. The other two things we could talk about for these two weapons, the first of which would be the recoil, or the amount of view kick, and it's really pointless to compare these two things because both of them actually have a pretty high amount of view kick, and on top of that, most of the time with snipers, you're trying to get a 1-bullet kill anyway, so that recoil doesn't matter too much. The other thing we could talk about is hip spread. Both of these weapons have a very similar hip spread at 12 inches at a minimum. Black Ops 3 is 17 at a maximum. Black Ops 2 is 16 at a maximum. So comparatively, they are very similar. And the final thing we could talk about is idle sway. It's an interesting one because they both have very different types of idle sway. For example, in Black Ops 2, it had a much wider idle sway, which means your sights moved further, but the speed at which it moved is half of that of Black Ops 3. So in Black Ops 3, it doesn't move as far, but it moves faster. So two very different types of idle sway, both of which kind of even each other out, so I'm not going to give out any points for it, but two very different types of idle sway. And the final thing that I have to talk about, and this is just a difference with snipers between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. Most sniper rifles in Black Ops 3 don't have aim assist, and I looked for someone going in depth on whether or not the XPR does in Black Ops 3, and I couldn't find anything. Based off of my feel and my feel alone, there is a very small amount of aim assist, similar to that of the RSA interdiction. If you didn't know, that sniper also has a little bit of aim assist. I think it's very similar to that. That being said, in Black Ops 2, there is aim assist, quite a substantial amount of aim assist, especially compared to Black Ops 3. So overall, just for sniper rifles, that's why a lot of people find them to be a little bit better in Black Ops 2. So I guess the XPR in Black Ops 2, once again, gets +1 more point for that. So overall, these two weapons are very similar. Some high damage sniper rifles with also a pretty fast fire rate in both games. The area that I think makes the biggest difference for the Black Ops 2 sniper rifles is two things. First of all, the XPR in Black Ops 2 has a faster fire rate. The second huge thing is once again that aim assist. There's a lot more aim assist in Black Ops 2, which simply makes the sniper rifle easier to use. It's going to snap onto target that much easier, and you're going to be able to get kills easier with it. That being said, I still think the XPR in Black Ops 3 is one of the best snipers in the entire game. The only difference is it's simply that sniper rifles were a little bit better in Black Ops 2, and that's the main difference. A lot of you may be thinking, really, this kind of surprised me. I didn't use the XPR much in Black Ops 2. You maybe used the ballista or another sniper rifle altogether. Truth be told, this sniper was actually very good. I think it really may have just been overshadowed by that popularity of the ballista in Black Ops 2. But if you disagree with me, feel free to let me know what you think down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, it would be super greatly appreciated if you could hit that like button. As always, it does really help out the channel and shows me that you want to see more videos like this one. And if you're new to the channel and like what you see, you can always subscribe. But guys, we got plenty more great videos coming this week. I hope you enjoyed this one, and until next time, peace out.